Hi everyone! We went outside of our city to ask ordinary people if their standard of living has changed over the past 3 weeks, and to find out how the sanctions will affect the way of life in the future. Let's go. So, wages have risen, prices also risen. How will the sanctions affect ordinary people and how critical will it be? I think not such critical. People will reconsider their needs somehow. At the same time, prices will rise and maybe people gonna reduce their needs. Someone will stick less on social networks, someone will buy other stuff, someone will learn to save money, buy cheaper products. Less fast food means more gym, yeah. Perhaps we will become a healthier nation. Hi girls, how is your mood? Fine. It's okay, we're drinking beer. How do you think sanctions from the West will affect ordinary Russian people? Very much because, firstly, the shops that are necessary for us were closed, and secondly, I think that all these sanctions are meaningless. Because, in fact, Russia is simply isolated and people are deprived of their usual comforts, although ordinary people are not blamed for the actions of the state. Yeah, I agree. I sincerely do not understand that flash mob with the closure of stores and an attempt to isolate Russia from the whole world. At least at the moment, neither I nor my close ones have felt strong price spikes and a decrease in income levels. Please tell me how is your mood? Terrible. Why? Such a situation, the pandemic ended, but the war began. Products have risen in price, of course, quite a lot. I'm a pensioner, my pension has practically not increased, and foodstuff has become more expensive. Essential goods increased in price, many of them just disappeared from store shelves. The price levels changed. It's just nonsense. How much do you think sanctions from the West will affect the future lives of ordinary people? It's a very hard hit. Yeah, they have already been hit very hard. For instance, the toilet paper Zeva, which we've always used, has doubled in price. This is some kind of nightmare. It's not even worth saying that planes will stop flying, trains will stop running due to the lack of necessary equipment. Even with movement inside the city, there will be difficulties. Awful. Everything will change. Which part of the population will be most affected by these sanctions? Young people or adults? They will affect the elderly the most because of the lack of medicines, the rise of price in products. But the younger generation will also be affected. For example, my kids and grandkids used to go 2 or 3 times a year on vacation. Nowadays, they don't have such an opportunity. Lots of people are losing their jobs, lots of them will also lose it due to widespread job cuts. Many foreign companies have stopped working in Russia, and that's why, of course, people have less work options. Has your life changed in the last 2 weeks? No, it hasn't changed at all. I'm hanging out, smoking cigarettes, and everything is fine. I live in Moscow, I love Moscow. Everything is okay. I don't have much money, I don't have any companies of my own, so the sanctions didn't affect my life. Do you think the sanctions will somehow affect ordinary people? Well, yeah, anyway, but this has been happening for many years. It was already once, and people have experienced it well, so I think we can handle it. I eat buckwheat and expensive spaghetti, but it's not difficult for me to tighten my belt and just live and enjoy life. Are you okay? Of course, I can be other way. Do you think the sanctions from the West will affect ordinary people in the future? Well, most likely they will. And how? Well, I don't think that it will be serious. Maybe prices will rise. And what is the most horrible thing that can happen? I don't know. We are working people, we used to cope with the shit, and in future it will be the same. I'm just very upset because the concerts are cancelled, almost all concerts. I'm a cameraman at concerts. Nowadays there is no work at all. So the sanctions hit your professional activity, right? How hard will they hit at ordinary population, regular people? People won't have jobs? Only jobs. Well, people are already living in poverty, and those who are below the poverty line will become even poorer. I think middle class will be able to cope with this. A lot of guys wanted to Immigrate of other countries, plan to run over, and now it will be very hard to do, especially for those who don't have money. They will have to somehow fly through other countries, and this is overpriced. Yes, everything is the same, nothing has changed. Has your life changed? We used to study remotely, now we attend classes offline. And that's all? Well, we don't wear masks anymore. Chilling out. Okay, will this standard of living change somehow? No, we're Russians. God's with us. Hello, nothing has changed. So the political changes haven't affected you anyway? No. And will there be any changes among the regular people? Well, we will buy Rolls-Royce less, and so we always head back with sanctions will affect everyone. Everyone. It doesn't matter at all. I live awesome. I'm totally satisfied and I don't care about sanctions. Sanctions will affect people who are below the poverty line, and wealth ladies like me won't notice the changes. Because we have money, and with money we are not afraid of sanctions. The life conditions changed a lot, including mine. Well, sanctions will definitely affect our lives, but I don't feel it yet. It upsets me that I can't travel abroad to see my friends, but we'll figure something out anyway. We definitely don't fully realize what is happening to us yet. I'm talking about myself. For me, lots of things have definitely not reached me yet. Has your life changed in the last 2 weeks? Well, no way. So the sanctions haven't affected you. I haven't felt it yet, no, not yet. And we have everything in abundance. I don't know, in abundance, in fact. They didn't affect me. What about your relatives, close ones? Not either. And how will sanctions affect our lives in the future? No way. So you think everything will be okay? How has your life changed recently due to the sanctions? I don't know. I'm skating, recently went to relatives in the mountains, so we drank a lot, ate lamb, it was very tasty. I didn't really care. Nothing has changed in your life. Well, let me think. McDonald's shut down, there is less junk food, but I try to eat healthy food, fruits, vegetables, nuts, water. Sanctions somehow affect us ordinary people. 100% it seems that already. In what way? Well, I don't know. For instance, my dude isn't able to sell boxes of cola for 2 weeks, so if you need a cola, I can share his contacts. If you really want, I'll ask him and he'll sell you in a cheaper price. I think life is about to change. It's already changed, in fact. Well, but it seems to me that we will adapt to the new conditions in a way. Let's say that prices in stores we have risen a bit, and some international ties between scientists have been cut off. But naturally, representatives of foreign states themselves cut off these ties. States cannot exist in complete isolation, both we and Western countries, and that's why I think that everything will settle down nicely in the near future, within a year or maybe two. As for the economy, of course, logistics chains simply break off, but in fact, all the items that consumers are accustomed are likely to remain on store shelves, whether other states want it or not. Logistics connections will simply be cut off and everything will become overpriced. Your life conditions changed recently due to Western sanctions. Absolutely no effect on us. We can manage without the West. What about the price increase? Produce everything ourselves. You think our country will cope with it? Obviously. Will the sanctions hit only our country or the whole world? First of all, they will hit Western countries. Has your life changed due to sanctions from the West? Of course, as many others. In what way? It's about products, job, income. You mean income is down? I would even say that it's almost zero now. And the products, you mean the increase in prices in stores? Yeah, of course. And not just the price increase. Products disappear altogether. For example, buckwheat, sugar. I was in the store yesterday and walked along the counters, which are just empty. Well, that's how sanctions affect us. They only affect the fact that we don't get what we used to get, and nothing else. But I doubt that sanctions have a global impact on us now. Yeah, we don't get any specific items. Well known restaurants shut down, but some of them still work. Those that are on the Russian market, yeah, and they will work in near future. Russia be able to exist in complete isolation from the West? No, everything depends on the state and the policy of our government.